jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Gotcha. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know Carlos is the first in the building. What's good with it, Carlos? I see you on deck. WCS salute. Salute to your brother. You already know. And for everybody else that's pulling up in the building, be sure to hit the like button and don't just come in here and browse with your eyes and then leave in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you support. Even if you listen to a millisecond, hit the like button. If you heard something that you like what you heard, hit the like. Let's be real. Them punches would done the same damage whether he was on that juice or not. Tell Dale run it back if you feel slighted. I hear you, Carlos. I hear you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hear you. I hear you and everybody else. I mean, I hear y'all talking. I hear y'all talking for real. I hear y'all talking. Hold on for a second. Let's get down to the get down for some hot grease. Shout out to Rob in the building. What's good with Rob? Jones in the building. Salute. What's good with you? I see you. So, of course, everybody's been talking. There's a percentage on that left side and percentage on the right side. You know what I'm saying? And you have those in between. Yes. The biggest topic of discussion is Ryan Bravo sample. The second letter of the alphabet. The findings have came back. The Bravo samples. You know what I'm saying? The Bravo samples have came back. And people are talking. Now, Bill Haney, the father of Devin Haney, came on a video in response to the findings. Now, a part of me don't blame him for being upset, about these findings, feeling some type of way about these findings. Why? Because his fighter, his son, was the one who fought Ryan Garcia. But I want to let y'all listen to some audio. Okay? I want you to hear some audio. And this is from Fight Hype. Once again, this is from Fight Hype. And I need to put this up here. This is their audio. Okay? This is their audio. This is for educational purposes only. This is Fight Hype's audio from an interview with Bill Haney. Okay, just want to make that clear because certain individuals love sending links and telling people to try to get your channel taken down. This is Fight Hype audio of their interview with Bill Haney. Okay, so let's take a peek and have your listening ears on. Everybody has their listening ears. No, I'm just joking. I'm not talking to y'all like we in grade school. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting a little humor to it. Don't get mad now. Let's listen.
How, they love their family. You talk about the kids and inspiring the kids. And then you talk about something like this, cheating and using drugs, talking about only a little bit, right?
Hold on, give me. Oh, okay, they're saying the audio is good. It's a little delay. Go ahead.
Our community. So don't tell me nothing about it's only a little bit. Don't tell me about nothing. We talk about a sport that should be clean. Our community. And it only takes a little bit, and it's killing our community. No, and it only takes it's a drug called fentanyl, and it only takes a little bit, and it's killing our community.
Okay, BH, we're talking about performance enhancing drugs. Nobody, Bill, please don't feel no type of way, bro. But you know how I do my reactions, right? I'm just kind of inserting this into the equation. Once again, this is fighthype.com audio. Okay. BH starts off and he mentions, it's a little bit and it's killing our community, fentanyl. Nobody, I haven't heard one fighter, one combat pugilist at all say, man, how about finding somebody, because I want to see how fentanyl make me feel. Do I feel invincible on fight night? Dude, that's overboard. That's overboard, man. It's different types of drugs per the FDA and whatever the case may be. Ostarine, man, come on. It's not approved by the FDA, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is not approved by the FDA. It's taken in professional sports. It's just in this particular system, which hosts boxing, they have a list of drugs that's not allowed. Okay, those drugs is not like recreational usage to get a high. These are performance enhancing. They're not taking recreational, so I can go somewhere and be alone and take fentanyl and kill. Comparing this to Ostarine is just absurd. But I understand why you was exacerbating the matter there, Bill. I get it.
So don't tell me nothing about it's only a little bit. Don't tell me about nothing. We talk about a sport that should be clean.
Speaking of a sport that be clean, BH, man, you better than this, man. The sport ain't never been clean, bro. The sport is never going to be clean as long as it's not regulated. The sport is never going to be clean as long as it's not regulated, bro. Come on, man. You can't say just because I know you feeling some type of way. You should as a father. You should feel some type of way about what everybody's talking about. But this sport ain't never been clean, bro. No.
And the man is a disgrace to the sport. He's never been a champion. He's never approached the sport and been dedicated and treat the sport.
That's a fact. That's a fact. He ain't never been champion besides the interim. I can understand. That's a check in the box right there.
It like it's a joke. To go into it because you're so scared. You and the fans, y'all so scared, and it's 3-3. And they've been knowing each other since they were kids, that you would try to use drugs and an IV for an edge. Worst person in the world. And everybody that deal with him and support him, they terrible too. They're what's holding the sport back.
Bill, once again, brother to brother. Because we're around the same grid square when it comes to age appropriation in life. There's no way that Ryan can be the worst person in the world, Bill. There's no way. The reason I'm saying there's no way because you do highlight our people as just like I highlight my people. I was black since day second. I'm talking about the second I was on here, I was black, right? We talk about our community. And when George Kambosos and his people call y'all boy and try to make you seem like you was subordinates, like you was inferior, that's are the worst people in the world. Let's not desensitize it. Our people have came a long way, but yet we still deal with scars from our ancestors. It's no way that you're going to say Ostarine is worse than being called a boy. It ain't no way in hell.
You know, it was a guy that advised him about the pounds. We might want to question his legacy. He might be a drug cheat too.
So obviously we know who he's talking about. And just because that particular person schemed, plotted to provide Ryan with certain areas that he can get over in this freaking fight with Ryan Garcia, it is backstabbing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's backstabbing at its finest. It's a dirty, dirty, cold game, ain't it? That's what I'm saying. When you talk about the cleanness of the sport, it just doesn't have anything to do with drugs. It has something to do with how boxers stab other boxers, and it's not in the back. It's not in the back. It's way worse. You know what I'm saying? They stab each other in the back all the time. But you can't say that his particular legacy is tainted because you are saying something about weight, Bill. Are you not processing the words that are coming out your mouth respectfully, brother? You're talking about him providing Ryan Garcia with the way to cut weight and to come in over 3 pounds, so it'll be much more difficult to them to make him lose the weight. And then you take that and use an analogy to say his career, his legacy, he's probably been doping too.
I'm going to start looking into a lot of them. I'm going to start seeing who's using drugs around here and be more vocal about it.
Now, Bill, I kind of broke it down to everyone and just wanted to just kind of clarify, like, with the whole A sample, B sample, essentially there was a field test before and after. They tested for the B sample, once again, for the day before and after, essentially 4 tests, right? When you found out, essentially, like, all these things happen, right? The 4 field tests, you know, I know you guys took the 3 pounds over, I'm assuming because you wanted to make the fight. And then you mentioned the IV.
The man was terrible. The man was tapering off of the drugs. You know, he's cycling on, cycling off. He's using it. You know what I mean? The man's a drug cheat. He just said, I love steroids. That's like somebody coming out and saying, somebody said that you using crack. And he says, I love crack. I love crack. You know what I mean? Right.
Well, you know, Bill, to be honest with you, I can say the same thing and I'm not going to get in trouble for it. Even as a retired Marine, it's not going to take away my benefits if I say I love it. You know what I'm saying? I can say I love pussy, but that doesn't mean you're going to charge me with some type of freaking indecent or inappropriate comments towards all women of life. You know what I'm saying? The man can say he loves steroids all day, man. That's not illegal. Freedom of speech, press, all of that. You know that, Bill. Come on, man. Come on, BH, man. You come on now. I know you seem like you speaking with emotions, but then again, it seemed like you're not putting enough effort into this. You know, because your analogies from Ostarine to fentanyl is just over the top. Over the top, brother. Over the top. And then just because, you know, he's saying it, yeah, he's rubbing it in your face. Yeah, he's showing he don't care. But where's the boxing police? It's no such thing as the boxing police. It's all about the commission that you fought. The specific commission. That's it. He's not going to get in trouble, you know, just because he say he loves steroids. It's no repercussion for that.
Right? Who says that other than somebody that's actually using crack? You know what I mean? The man's a junkie. The man's a junkie, alcoholic. You know what I mean? He came in and with an extreme advantage when it came to losing and hydrating back up. You know what I mean? Period.
Now, this hydration, I would have asked BH that you just exclude that from your conversation, because seriously, I'm not being biased in this. I'm just you. This is the only place that I've seen you did a interview since the findings. That's why I'm reacting to it. And I'm not on here to kiss any ass because I don't do that. But when you speak about hydrating, your son hydrated against Regis Progress, and people was up here laughing and joking and saying he was Goliath against David. You know what I'm saying? They was having a good old time looking at how big Devin was. But yeah, that might just like you saying that guy, his legacy may be tainted. He's not the only one that's gonna be out here plotting on you, bro. If you believe that he was the one that was plotting and provided Ryan Garcia with the advice and the assistance on what to do with the weight, how to go about it, just so Devin can get a loss, you think no one else is going to do it? You think he's finished? You think he's done?
And if you think that he's that tough, if he's on the dope and he couldn't knock him out, then imagine what would happen if he's sober. Because he did that on dope.
I'm puzzled. Real talk, Bill. I'm just puzzled, man. I'm trying to find some parts in what you're talking about to help you, to help to be on your side. But I'm puzzled, bro. Don't say I'm hating either. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that shit. I speak just like you speak, but I try to speak with a bit more credence to it. Dope. So you saying he was on dope? Okay, we understand that we can have some wordplay. We can use the ambiguous type delivery and express ourselves in these narratives, right? But you're trying to say Ryan was on dope, so get off the dope and run it back. But Devin said he didn't want to run it back. He said that in front of millions. He said he don't wish to run it back because ethically Ryan Garcia isn't treating the sport right, and he went out there and tested dirty. So regardless, he's not the first fighter to test positive, right? And also, it's called drug testing. The next time around, it can be drug testing again. And you all can make the stipulations contractually bonded by saying you can only rehydrate. But listen, Bill, it's going to be difficult for you to do that if you came in 55-45. I mean, it's like y'all was calling partially the shots. You know what I'm saying? Everything was reactive to y'all. He came in. Y'all was talking about he was half crazy. So, Bill, you got to understand mentally and physically, okay? He played a variance of both. He psychologically, mentally played the game and pretended like he was crazy to the point where people thought he couldn't physically be able to attend the fight because he was going through some things. He was going depressed. He pretty much lied the whole time. But you're saying the man is going to be held accountable for saying I like steroids. He lied. He can say he's lying about liking steroids, but he lied to us. He said that he was this, that, and the other and all that, and he was going through all this other shit. He absolutely lied to us, man. So he played the mental and the physical game heading into this fight. Came in overweight and just paid the fine. No rehydration clause on either side. Go in there, Devin gets beat up, and in the aftermath of it all, these samples are coming back. But we got something else, Bill. We got something else. I hope you explain. We got something else that may, negate those positive A and B samples.
Dev was clean. And
That's a fact. Devin was clean.
He couldn't stop him. Yeah, he knocked him down. Dev got up. Knocked him down. Dev got knocked him down. Dev, yes. And he's on dope.
Oh my God. See that word dope is not gonna sit right with people that has at least 49.9%. They don't have to be the A side of intelligence. They don't have to be the A side. We'll go 49.9% intellectual understanding. They would tell you, man, come on, stop it with the dope. Come on, man. Ryan he wasn't on dope. He was doping. If you're going to say he was doping, when you find a fentanyl, a crackhead, cokehead, what do they say? They're dope fiends. They're drug addicts. They don't say they're doping because doping is more so relatable to what? Sports.
So imagine if he wasn't on dope. The man's a junkie. His mama and his daddy, listen, they're disgraces because they stood up for it. They made excuses. They signed a contract. They pointed the fingers at somebody that has changed his life around and trying to be an example of doing things the right way. And we're not cheating. We're showing up every day, being transparent. The man.
I have to agree with Bill on that. They did stuff the professional way as a champion. They just got hustled. They got finessed. Yes, sir. You got hustle and finesse, Bill. You know what I'm saying? This where it comes to like that particular person you talking to is just lets you know that, nah, man, there's people out here that can get to the prize, indirectly. I can get to it now. I'm smart. I may not be as active as I was back in the day, but I'm smart. So you can say what you want. And once again, you can say his parents are disgraceful, but Camboso, he's more disgraceful to me to have you on national TV and to be considering calling, your son a boy outside of his age of adulthood, and to have Devin up there explaining that, hey, I'm not a boy, I'm a man. I'm a man. You treat me as a man. That's disgraceful to do that shit on TV. You're talking about Ostarine versus being called a boy. I don't give a fuck about no Ostarine, but I do know what the term boy stands for if it's used inappropriately. It's used maliciously.
As a junkie. Don't trust him. Everybody running around talking about this. He can't be trusted. He's a junkie.
I read an article that Lucian Bute failed for Ostarine. Granted, they only did 50K suspension. 50K fine. 6 months retroactively.
I don't know about that.
Check this out. What I tell y'all earlier, and shout out to this Fight Hype. Good dude. I know who this is. You know what I'm saying? Good guy. What I tell y'all earlier, man? What did I tell y'all earlier about that Lucian Bute and Badu Jack? It doesn't make any sense to compare one fight throughout all the decades boxing been in existence and been active, live and living color, right? You're going to use one fight for Ostarine. Like it's supposed to be a groundbreaking deal when Ryan Garcia tests positive for Ostarine. One freaking fight now. I'm talking about give me 25 at least so I can split it in half. So we can go back and dissect the era for which they tested positive for Ostarine. But we have a single fight. And we think that's going to change the state of boxing? All because Ryan Garcia tested positive for it?
Sometimes you run over somebody in one part of the world and you run over somebody in another part of the world, you get different times. Is any one of them right? It's not right that whether it happened to with Lucian Bute in his case or our case, it's wrong, man. It's wrong. And you got to preach that it's wrong because that's what it is. Everybody's going around here betting and all that. You thinking you don't know what is what if somebody is cheating, if somebody is on the shit. You never know. Mm-hmm. So it messes up the whole integrity of the sport because you just never know.
So, boxing has always had betting. And I guess for Bill, when he heard that Ryan Garcia made $12 million off the fight, that would further add to the upset stomach, wouldn't it? It might even make you shit on yourself. I ain't gonna lie. $12 million? He made $12 million betting to a private site? been through a private site. God damn. And he came in 3+ pounds overweight. And he beat my son. Oh shit! Give me a goddamn brown paper bag. My shit hurt.
What do you think should happen to Ryan? And that's essentially why I brought up. Like, should he get a longer suspension? Like, what's your personal opinion?
Fuck Ryan. I don't give a shit about no Ryan. What I'm saying is that's terrible. That's terrible for an athlete, for anybody's brother, son, your father, your mother, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, whoever, to dedicate themselves to something and somebody come along and cheat. Get caught cheating and disregard, have no excuse, no remorse, no nothing for it. Now, everybody worried about what kind of interview he's doing or how handsome he is or what he's saying.
It sound like Bill was listening to me. I'm not lying. Hey, it sounds like he was listening to. He's kind of reiterating what I've been saying about Ryan being a pretty boy, and his interviews. Of course, that's news. You know, I'm not saying it's me, but I'm just saying I have been talking about him parading around here like a pretty boy and getting all this attention. And also, you know, the interviews he's been doing and not doing. Ain't nobody was asking him on this tour, you know, about this situation. Nobody was asking him, y'all.
I mean, the man that said everything under the sun, that talked about everybody, and said in the promotion, so all this time you were cheating and lying. So you're not even crazy, right? Which I said, you see, you were.
So people, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I the only one that had this video out here long time ago? Did I not call Ryan Garcia out on this shit way back when? Did I not call him Ryan Lion Garcia? And people picked up on that. I was calling George Cambozo, and people start calling him Cambozo. I said Ryan was capping on. He's capping. He's capping on. Who made that? I told you all about Ryan Garcia way back. I said this guy's a fibber. He's a shit talker. He's not the most truth-telling individual out there. He plays with people's emotions, and that's what pretty people can do. He probably done it so much with the people around him that he decided to say, I wonder how it's going to be if I really present it to the public. What if I lie to the public? Would they believe me?
You were lying and cheating. Man, you will do anything. And that person is dangerous, not only to the community, but he's dangerous to himself.
That's a fact. Ryan is dangerous to the community because people like him do have a level of confidence that they can get away with certain things that other average individuals can't get away with. He is a danger to his community, and he could potentially be dangerous to himself. That's true words.
You give him a microphone and he will cause dissension, chaos, and anarchy. A guy like that.
So Bill, real talk, Bill, respectfully, bro, because I'm not on nobody's side. Respectfully, bro. If you saying he would cause dissension and anarchy and separation, divide, a person like me would ask, how weak is the individual that's allowing him to do that? How weak is his audience? How weak is the ones that's in the proximity that's standing next to him, allowing him to do this shit? And nobody in that freaking community is correcting Ryan Garcia. How do we get past that? Because that man don't have no power. He may call himself the King, Rye, but that doesn't actually mean he's sitting atop the throne and he's in charge and he's ruling. No, that's not the case. So if he's able to get away with some of this stuff, the people around him are pretty much weak too.
In the neighborhood, he causes problems. At school, it's some shit. Anywhere Ryan go, he's lying, and manipulating and cheating. And that's all I got to say.
That's all Bill Haney got to say. Shout out to Bill Haney. Hope y'all get this together. You know, I know he upset. You know what I'm saying? It's people that love him. It's people that hate him. Some of the stuff you was in there talking about, Bill, I no. It made no sense to me that you can consider ostarine to fentanyl. Come on now. Come on. I guarantee you it's not a single fighter in this world is asking for fentanyl and want to go in there and fight after that. What they're going to be doing is fighting for their goddamn life. That hair ain't no joke, though. The hair keeps everything for like 6 months, I thought. You know, see, we got some intelligent people that understands. You know what I'm saying? We got scientists, unqualified scientists, and freaking doctors, researchers. You know what I'm saying? That's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? People that's able to do research, proper research, and voice their findings. The hair follicles have been used. Various investigations, so many investigations, to include determining if someone has been taking drugs. Shout out to Casino. Hair follicles do not show detection of SARMs. Hair and nail also cannot override urine samples. Simple science. Okay, first of all, that's not simple science, because when we was in school, and don't try to pretend like this is an educational moment and we all supposed to know this, but you know, when I was growing up, we wasn't talking about hair samples. I wasn't in forensic science. Okay. And not everybody, the majority of the world are in high school taking science that deals with forensic science. That's not the case. Only those who choose to potentially go into that line of work or profession. Now, what hair follicles do not show detection and all that, hair and nails, and cannot override. Here we're talking about what can override and what can't override. Let's say, for a perfect example, like I'm going to dive into, Ryan Garcia submits hair and nail samples. It's a reason for him doing that. If they was going off based off your statement, obviously he has enough money to have a legal team to suggest that he adhere to submitting that particular side of the evidence. Why submit the evidence if it's null and void? You know what I'm saying? Those of you that just listened to Victor Conte introduce you to SARMs. Some of us been knowing what SARMs is for a long ass time. And there's various multiple types. So we cannot sit up here and say everybody's body type does not detect. Hair follicles do not show detection of SARMs. You don't have any evidence to support that. We can go out here and look at several articles. We know every human being isn't the same. We know every freaking percentage in what you consume, regardless of what it is, isn't the same for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're talking about what cannot override a urine sample, okay, a urine sample, well, wait for the individuals that's in charge of the commission and in charge of everything to give that conclusion. And then it will consummate any type of doubt. That's what we can do on that. Let's talk about this. Ryan Garcia sends out, he said, Garcia gets hair tested. Okay. Then, as I read earlier, it says Ryan has voluntarily submitted to tests throughout his career, which have always shown negative results. He also tested negative multiple times leading up to the fight against Haney. All of these factors combined with his ultra low levels from samples taken on April 19th and 20th in the billionth of a gram range point to Ryan being a victim of supplemental contamination and never receiving any performance enhancing benefit from the microscopic amounts in his system. We are certain that one of the natural supplements Ryan was using in the lead up to this fight will prove to be contaminated and are in the process of being tested. So let's go to what really matters, to the top portion. Soon after being notified of his test, Ryan voluntarily had his hair collected and shipped to Dr. Pascal, the foremost expert in toxicology and hair sample analysis. The results of Ryan's hair sample came back negative. This is consistent with contamination and demonstratively proved that Ryan had not ingested ostarine over a period of time. The only way he would have had any advantage whatsoever in the ring. I just thought I'll put that up there for you. And there's going to be a lot of you all that comes on here, and I don't mind you leaving your input. That's why I call it the hottest chat in the game. We got some people here that can leave their input, but understand one thing. Well, I've been knowing how to do for a long time. Read. I can read. But just because I put it out there and I do my reaction or rebuttal or retort to what you're saying doesn't make you feel some type of way. I'm just providing my response. Man, this entire thing with Ron is crazy. I wish drug testing was this complicated for 9 to 5 gigs. I would be way more confident when I had to provide drug samples. Well, all you needed to do is find the right people. You know what I'm saying? Find you a straight pup around there and goddamn get that urine. Shit. You know what I'm saying? You would have been straight. You know what I'm saying? Your shit would have been straight, sir. We're finding kibbles and bits and freaking that dog chow. I wonder how those particles could have got it. It show residue of dog food. Carlos said, don't forget Bill is a real one cause he be in the hood selling platters. Oh my goodness, man. He tripping. Why he talking about fentanyl? Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know why he's talking about fentanyl. Shout out OG, Mr. Golden on deck. Salute. Fentanyl is way outside the scope of understanding when you're talking about performance enhancing drugs vice recreational use drugs. Different. Way different. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, those recreational drugs become psychologically dependent. It becomes psychologically a stimulant, as of, you know, performance enhancing drug is just physiologically, and you can get off of whenever you feel like. It's just not like, okay, you're on this particular performance enhancing drug, this pad, and then you want to get off and you go through the shakes and everything. That's why that bold analogy that he just gave on Fight Hype, it doesn't make any sense, because fentanyl is killing people. You know what I'm saying? Pads, come on, you have people over a period of time that abuse them, you know, like bodybuilders and shit like that. Football player, they may be dying, heart disease and shit like that. They trust they don't have to worry about feeling invincible on fentanyl. They better worry about staying alive. No doubt. You know, you might be in the casket dead as a doorknob, and then all of a sudden you got them raise up in that bitch and hit your head on top of the casket. You might even got them raise your ouch. You might even say ouch in that bitch. I don't care what they try to come up with. His ass cheated. Hey, he cheated what he cheated with. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I look at it like this. I mean, people going to be disappointed, like I did live yesterday. They're going to be disappointed how this situation is handled. They're going to be extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Why didn't we have all this outrage when Oscar Valdez cheated? All these other fighters that have came back dirty. Why not the outrage on Oscar Valdez? They found out, and I guess because he wasn't fighting a brother. He was fighting Robson Conceição, and the outrage wasn't there, that the levels was raised and elevated by Mauricio Suleiman himself. Well, where was the outrage? Where was the damn protest? Where was the march? The 11-man march. Where was the 11-man march to the doors of the WBC in Mexico? We want justice. We want justice. I didn't hear y'all out there, bro. Dev was fully trying to step the Ryan. If Dev would have just put on a boxing section, I think Dev would have won. But standing toe to toe with Ryan was a huge mistake. Ryan been had the left hand rocket for sure. And like I said before, a lot of the individuals that I was in communication with is just pretty much highlighting the performance. And also, they are underlining the fact that Pez does not provide you with a template. You know what I'm saying? They don't provide you with a performance template. And you put on that template all the skills that you want on April 20th. And then somehow it's put it into the system like you have a neural link. That is not the case. That is not the freaking case, man. Arnold Brown on deck. Salute to you, brother. All that he's drunk and drug addict. Yeah, he whooped the son. I know, man. Damn. You know, as much as I want to tell Carlos, chill, bro. Look, he's saying what he's saying. Because look, check this out. I get what you're saying. He's a dope fiend, BH, and you know he's a junkie. If you want to consider him to be a junkie based off one failed drug test, you know what I'm saying. I get it, bro. I can't really, feel no type of way about Bill highly exaggerating about him being a dope fiend and a junkie, but I have ad-libbed and been sarcastic at times, and I can do it with a straight face. Bill is doing that shit with a straight face, and I understand his frustration with all of this shit. I do. But Carlos is making a point that it's not so frivolous, man. You call the man a dope fiend, but Bill even mentioned himself. He knocked Devin down several times, man. You know what I'm saying? Bug gonna stop Canelo in the building. Salute to you, brother. I see you in the building. When Dev said he didn't want a rematch, that told me everything. Dev knows Ryan might not be the best, but Ryan is a problem for him. I don't think Dev can beat Ryan on pass or off. Damn. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, 1 minute. And hit that like button for me. It's much encouraged and appreciated. Thank you. But hey, Jones make a good point now. Jones make a good point. He said when Dev said he didn't want the rematch, that told me everything. He's not the only one that felt some type of way about him going on national TV and not barking for that rematch. Come on, you want to get the get back. I've said it, and several of a thousand said it, that Dev got up from every knockdown. He showed dog, he showed heart, courage. You know what I'm saying? He showed the will to survive. He did all that shit. But to go on after and say, I don't want to fight him again because he's drug cheat. Listen, bro, it's a way to figure that out. What if Miguel Cotto say he didn't want to fight Margarito? It's a difference. You got to go back in time. Everybody feel like they can flip the pages back in boxing. Oh, I'm a historian. I'm doing this. There's some historians on this bitch. No Burt Sugars, but there's some historians on here that knows way back. They do. But understand one thing. What if Miguel Cotto would have let that loss stay on his record in red, knowing that Antonio Margarito was caught with loaded gloves, Devin? You have to understand where it comes to the mentality of a fighter that's thinking way outside. Say, oh, I gotta go get this back. I gotta return to the motherfucking the stage of freaking reckoning. I gotta go out here and beat this dude because he stopped me. And what Miguel Cotto do? He went back out there and stopped Margarito in shorter time than Margarito stopped him in the 11. Miguel Cotto wanted that. He wanted it back. He wanted it back, man. It wasn't no question. It wasn't no hesitation or optimism. He said, I'm going back. I'm returning. Let me get myself together. And that's after he took a beating. Shout out to my guy, Dion Washington. Tuscaloosa's on in the building. Salute to you. What's good with it? We need all those Ryan bets paid back. And Ryan Vegas need that 12 million back. He didn't go through Vegas. All right. He went through a private party. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, huh? Tired of waiting? Stuff dirty? Okay. You know what I'm saying? If look, I'm not feeling no type of way about, so and so should be banned. If the casual fan believe he should be banned, that's how you feel. I'm not up here to basically rant and rave about, who should be banned and who shouldn't be banned. I think it's a little crazy that y'all say he should be banned, but I'm telling you what Miguel Cotto did. And that was in reference to a comment that was put up there. Miguel Cotto was beat down with a man who potentially had loaded gloves and pictures after the fight of discoloration in his hand wraps. Miguel suffered that beat down, suffered that punishment. You know what I'm saying? Suffered that punishment and damage, but he wanted to run it back. And he did. That's somebody who didn't have performance enhancing drugs now. This dude had absolutely contraband in his gloves, which is way more lethal in my opinion. Way lethal, because you take the skill that you have and you're doing fundamental shit, but yet the detrimental effect that it's having on you breaks you down in shorter time because you have plaster of Paris in your hand wraps. Vicious. Oh my God. Vicious. That's vicious, bro. Miguel Cotto's probably like, God damn, why is his punches hurting me so much? Shit. And look, the time it took Miguel to recover, process this, get into another fight, and finally step back in there with freaking Antonio Margarito after being beat down like he was, that pain inflicted upon him, that damage he took. He's cut from a different cloth. And Devin, you got to show people that you cut from a different cloth. You can't go up here using that political shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to politics. BH, y'all got to continue to talk your shit, man. You got to come back and take this rematch with Ryan. You have to come back and take the rematch, bro. Deontay Wilder returned for a trilogy. After the controversy of him saying Tyson Fury had shit in his gloves and everything that went down, he returned for a trilogy. And his inclination was Tyson Fury was a cheater. And he went back for a trilogy. Went to court, had the arbitration while Eddie Hearns is out here trying to say Joshua Fury is about to have $100 million heavyweight undisputed. But yeah, he was in court for the arbitration and won. And then they had the trilogy. You got to go back and get it. You got to go back and get this shit, man. Forget the heart of a lion. I mean, come on now. Lions ain't active like that during the day. The females in lioness be the ones out there hunting and shit, and lions are, okay, shit, I smell blood in this mother. Let me get up. They done made the kill. And then there's some lions that, yes, they participate in the kill. But it takes more than having a heart of a lion in this case. You got to have confidence in yourself. The people want to see you get back in there and get your revenge. The people want to see your revenge, Devin. Point blank, period. If y'all are looking at this thumbnail, the hair and nail sample came back negative. Came back negative. That's all I'm saying. Man, W says, that's what I've been saying. No outrage for nobody else like this. It's cause he beat Devin. It's personal. You're right. I'm trying to tell you, man. People don't want to listen. Like, man, come on, bro. When have y'all ever put up a protest and talking about people should be banned? You sound stupid as hell. Seriously, you sound stupid as hell. Boxing has had individuals test positive and do unkind and unsportsmanlike conduct plenty of times. We just had a boxer. Zab Judah and Costa, Zab Judah post fight versus Costa Zoo. Fine millions because Jay Needy called the fight. Fine millions. And he choked Jay Needy. He put his glove. Zab Judah didn't play, goddammit. He didn't play. He put his hand around Jay Needy's neck. He was allowed to come back and fight. He was allowed to come back and fight. Man, there's so many incidents that you can say that happen in the ring where people selectively choose what they want to be outraged about. Oh, what we want to do, what we really want to talk about. Look, it's so much desperation on the YTC when shit like this happen. Everybody just join in because they have ulterior motives when it comes to clicks and likes. That's why they talk about it. Seriously, man, like, why are y'all so outraged? Osterine versus being called a boy. As a black man, boy is way more severe in my opinion, in my assessment. Being called a boy is way more different than Osterine. Where's the protest against Cambozo? Where's his protest at? When they try to make Bill Haney and Devin Haney look like they were straight off the plantation and they wandered into an area where they're not freaking accepted. We don't like your kind around here, boy. My son said you better be out of here. We're going to take you back to the old days. I mean, they said that shit on TV. And he up here explaining that he's man, he's not a boy. Give a fuck about no Osterine. You let the commission handle that shit. If you saying that he did that to Devin while he was on the dope, well, fight him again when he ain't on the dope. Go through testing because Team Haney did everything correctly. Devin was a professional. He did everything he was supposed to do. He made the weight and he fought like a champion. People can sit up here and talk that shit all they want, but he fought like a champion. He didn't quit. He didn't just damn turn his back like Amir Khan did the Bud Crawford. He didn't quit. He didn't quit. He kept on fighting. But now there's a different fight outside the ring. And I will continue to express this in the best way possible. Y'all need to stop acting like boxing have this union. This is not no motherfucking Christian school. This is not an academy. This is not a charter sport. They ain't going up here. Hey, the prerequisite is you have to give us at least 15 hours of theology. Okay? We want you to be well versed in Christianity and all the religions. We want you to be able to pray. We really don't care who you support the supreme being. We just want you to be able to make better decisions in life. Do you understand that? You over here, you get it? Yeah, all y'all get it? Okay. We're going to clean up the sport. Hey, I got a question. What? Hurry up. What about pets? I heard my dad say all the time, if we commit a sin, God's going to forgive us. What if it's a banned substance and someone's curious about it and they take it? Is God going to give? Yes, sure. God's going to forgive you for that. So it's okay for me to take pads. I mean, it's not a death sentence if you take pads, okay? But in certain areas, it's not allowed, okay? It's not allowed. I just want to ask you, do you think God took pads? Because he had to. I'm serious. If God has to attend to a lot of people, do you think God right now is on pads if he wants to get piss tests? Do you think? I don't know. God is doing a lot. He has to be on something, right? Good question. I'm serious, man. This shit is hilarious. This shit is hilarious, bro. Is God on pads? He helped a lot of people out. A lot. He has to be able to recuperate now. Y'all act like boxing is full of Christianity. People walk around here with moral compasses attached to each glove. I want to do what's right. Really, I do. I want to do what's right. Ron goes out here. I've been telling you all he was Ron Garcia. You didn't want to listen. Go in my catalog. I got videos way back when. Now all of a sudden he introduces himself when I had already said he was Ron Garcia. They rather run with my freaking phrase than give me credit for why I actually called him that back in the day. Now it's all coming to fruition. And then when I play the video, people don't want to listen to it. People don't want to know why I had this up here for the longest of time.
Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody will ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money. The money's there. If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me. Oh, my
God.
God damn, Tank. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
Ooh, he's capping, capping, he's capping, capping, ooh, capping, ooh, he's capping, ooh, he's capping, ooh, capping, ooh, he's capping.
I have a potential huge, bigger fight than him, so I might pin him off for the side. I'm still gonna fight him, but I wouldn't not fight him unless it was even a bigger opportunity. But I cannot say anything right now, so I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Ooh, he's capping. Y'all get it. Did you see how he did that last video? Bill mentioned that in his freaking deposition when he was on FightHype.com. Shout out to Fight Hype. In his deposition, he was talking about how people was talking about he a pretty boy. He is a pretty boy. That's why he sit up there and he give you that pretty boy shit. I'm gonna face him later on. I'm not gonna face him now. I got bigger fish to fry. Man, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Come on. Shout out to Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens in the building. What's good with it, bro? What's good? What's good? I agree 1,000,000,000%. Devin has to rematch Ryan. He has to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know, I can understand y'all being pissed, but Devin, you have to have the same energy your father has. Bill is highly upset. And it don't matter how many videos you do, Bill. If you all do not start putting out and changing up the narrative, and believe me, Bill, if it starts, I know where you got it from, but y'all need to start focusing on rematching Ryan. Y'all need to change up the narratives because too many people out here talking about shit that's already happened. We already know what's happened in boxing. We already know there's been dirty fighters. We already know motherfuckers have tried to cut corners, try to circumvent the system and all that shit. You need to start talking about the rematch. Talk about the rematch. Start putting out there, I want that get back. Don't run from it, bro. If you think off the dope, you know they're going to be scrutinizing Ryan Garcia, right? Like they did any other fighter that tested positive. You need to start talking about this rematch. Fuck everything else. Start talking your shit. Turn over. Be the villain this time. Be the villain this time. When y'all had that little, choreographed encounter, now it really makes sense. People up here thinking, were they always in the lead? Were y'all always playing second fiddle during the entire promo? Because a lot of people felt like it was choreographed, orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Premeditated. A lot of people was thinking like, what the fuck? What did I just watch? That didn't seem genuine. So if y'all are seriously upset, I'm talking about no faking the funk, this, that, and the other. Hey, man, you got to run that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Get with all the handy channels. Y'all need to start pushing for rematch. You know what I don't like? Is y'all not talking about a rematch. Y'all hears me? Do y'all hears me? Y'all busy talking about Ryan Garcia testing positive when y'all should goddamn be talking about the rematch. The one way to get people to start changing, because they've been seeing Ryan Garcia floating his ass all around here, having fun and just galloping and frolicking and giggling, all this shit. Has his makeup freaking glam squad with him. All that. But Devin need to get on here to whoever channel it is and say, you know what? I spoke and it was right off the aftermath of the fight. I was feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a clear sense of thought. So now I do. I want the rematch. I can beat him. I know I can beat him. I want the rematch. And then you look in the camera and tell Ryan, I say, I want to beat your ass. I'm coming back to beat you. Put it out there. All these channels that's supposed to be handy channels, y'all are talking about dumb shit. How long do you think it's going to be? You want to talk about shit that's all the way out here in the public anyway. People already know he tested positive for Ostarine. It's a lot of people that don't give a fuck. It's a lot of people that's not going to compare Ostarine to fentanyl. But what they would give a fuck about, if one of you channels will start pushing a freaking rematch. Get permission first. Call in to Trill Bill. Say, Bill, can we start talking about the rematch, man? Because public record, we already know that Ryan Garcia, it's not going to get him any more punishment. Even Pat English, he up here talking about, well, we're going to push for a year suspension. So what? That's not going to take any money out of his pocket. This sport doesn't bleed over into the civilian pot where it prohibits you from doing anything. He's not going to be on house arrest from this shit. Y'all need to start getting together and start changing up the topic and say, man, we need to go on a rampage right now. Let's talk about the rematch. Period. Just like Reggie said. Talk about the fucking rematch. Who said it was taken by VADA? Who said it was taken? If they have someone that's qualified to do the testing, you think VADA is the only one that can test? No, they're in the position. They're the one who's designated They're the transportees. Oh, Catterall beat Josh Taylor again this weekend. Yeah, I don't know why this fight is happening. But hey, Dion, you know what I can tie that into, right? I know what I can tie it into. A lot of people said that Catterall beat Josh Taylor when he was champion. And they didn't feel good about him getting that win over Catterall. So guess what they're doing now with no titles? They're rematching. I'm back, y'all. What Dion mentioned about Catterall, Josh Taylor. A lot of people thought Catterall beat Josh Taylor. I did. So now they're running it back with no titles. Imagine that. They're running it back. That must be Bill Haney keep calling, interrupting the show. Bill is not going to call me, man. There's a clear understanding that he is not coming on the show, and he does not want me to having a dialogue with him. Facts and YouTube outrage is so fake. Hey, I agree with you, Reggie. I agree with the facts that the YouTube outrage is fake, and they sit up here and pretend like, oh my God, this is something that never happened before. Yeah, this happens all the time. There's fighters on with different names that's not as popular as this fighter, Ryan Garcia, that tests positive. Don't nobody talk about it. Billy Joe Sanders does a video on how to correct a woman. It was minimal outrage on that. Minimal outrage. Didn't Billy Joe Sanders test positive? Minimal outrage. What about Sergey Kovalev and his brutality? Minimal outrage. We talking about violence. Not in the ring, out of the ring. But all of a sudden, they want to talk about Osterine. All because a fight played out the way it did. And they want to put a cape on it and make it seem like Osterine. That's not it. Fury get Wilder, White, and others Chisora out of there. But Usyk, you pillow fisted. Yeah, right. Fury gets Wilder, White, and others Chisora out of there. But Usyk, you pillow fisted. Hey, you on to something now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Boxing is different. The scenarios are different. Real talk. The scenarios are different. They're attaching themselves to this and they're not really thinking about it long term. They're going to be wasting a lot of oxygen at the end of the day because they have no influence. It's people up here talking about he should be banned and he should be, suspended for 2 years. He should be spending all that. You could talk all you want. But one thing for certain is that they don't look to the YTC to get ideas on how long they want to suspend the fighter. They don't go over here, hey, I want to send the team out here, look at a minimum of 17 videos, okay? And you tell me what you think. And we're gonna do a vote on how long the suspension should be. No, that's not the way it's gonna work. It's never gonna go that way. And then you're talking about 6 months. You're talking about 6 months. It's gonna be retroactive back to, April. 6 months is nothing. That's a vacay. In the meantime, people can start switching up and start talking about the rematch. That's what we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about Devin Haney returning to the ring, just like Callarell and Taylor. They're returning back to the ring to run it back. You know what I'm saying? They returning back to the ring. Look, Devin, it's not like you haven't rematched somebody before in your career. You have. Not only did you rematch him, Devin, you rematched him in his hometown because you was contractually obligated to do so and you performed well. So if you need some, if you need something to boost your motor to jump back in, and just think about how you performed in Australia twice. And you made less money for the fight that you made with Ryan Garcia. Think about that, Devin. And you put those together and you say to yourself, you get another opportunity to prove that you're better than Ryan, clean. Also, now you'll be prepared that it's going to be at a catch weight and not 140. So you don't have to worry about your belt. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about it. And you can pretty much go in there with the mindset that I've been in a rematch before. Now, that's one thing that you can say that you have up on Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia ain't never been in somebody else's backyard and had a rematch of 2 fights. Never. And we're talking about for the undisputed titles too. Never. So that's what I'm saying, Devin. You shouldn't have that mentality to say, oh, he's a cheater. You was obligated to fight in Australia twice and you did so. You went 2-0. You completed the Aussie double. But now, after Lomachenko and Regis Prograis, all of a sudden you want to stick to your moral compass and say, oh, he's a cheater. I don't want to fight. No, bro. Ryan Garcia has never fought another fight in their backyard twice. In another country. No. How can you descend from there, bro? You got to go up. You've been in his backyard. These Haney channels, you need to start talking about that. Y'all are basically focused on the wrong thing. You bitching and whining about stuff. Think about him already fighting in Aussie and getting it done twice against Cambosos for the undisputed titles, winning them and defending them. So all of a sudden, where did that go? You're still in your 20s. You went in there and dominated Camboso. You dominated Regis Prograis. But now all of a sudden you don't want to fight Ryan Garcia again? And the man had no titles? He has no titles, bro. That's not a good look. That's all I'm saying. That's not a good look, bro. That's not a good look. That makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all, man. Real talk. None at all. But yeah, I hear you, Dion, on that Tyson Fury couldn't even freaking, drop Usyk. Daniel Dubois was able to land the shot. Come on, man. Come on, let's stop it. Stop the madness, man. It's funny business is always front and center in the boxing talent show, man. Always front and center. Always. The Haney channels don't think he can neither. Well, you know, Bill Haney, he needs to start firing them then. Because going around here talking about, Ryan's this and Ryan's a junkie and Ryan's this. Man, come on, bro. Bill, I understand why you're mad. No doubt about it. I get it. I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be feeling some type of way too. But at the end of the day, when these hours keep on passing by, it's going to be people up here saying that I want to see a rematch. If you ain't going to talk about a rematch, well, I don't want to hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Period. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up. What's good, man? How you been?
I'm good. I'm kind of sick right now, but what up, World Cup, man? I just want to holler at you, man.
You got a poison ivy rash. You got a little cold in the summertime.
I woke up with a cold because the AC, I think.
Man, you need to goddamn eat some greens or some Cheerios or Wheaties or something.
I'm eating Subway right now, but
some grits with some parsley in that mother.
something.
What's good, man?
But man, I know you was going for Haney and like
yeah.
But you've been 100 on this whole situation, like realistic, not just being a fan of a fighter, but like seeing the real and saying the real about all this. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that because that's what I be trying to say. Like, if you saying he cheated, well, take the rematch. Devin don't want the rematch, and it's obvious. Bill saying everybody crying about it, and they know that's not what won the fight. That's why the Haney channels don't want it. But but we finding this information out about the hair sample. That changes the whole dynamic of this whole situation because it could have been corrupted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was saying, to wait for all that. But besides any of that stuff, the rematch is the most important thing, and he obviously don't want it because I feel like Devin don't think he can win, and his fans don't think he can win because the match would be bigger.
Yeah, they got a backstory, history. It would definitely be bigger than the first.
Yeah, everybody, after all this, everybody definitely gonna tune in to that fight, man.
Hey, tell me what you think about this, right? Yeah. 55-45. Devin goes over to Australia, hit it twice, come back, defend against Lomachenko, moves up, defeats Regis Prograis, two-time super lightweight world champion, and Ryan Garcia goes in there, 55-45, the A side. No titles.
Right. He Devin moved up and fought a dangerous champion.
Yeah.
So he showed, it's like I guess I don't think after that fight, man, he knows something we don't know. Well, he know what's up in that ring. They fought, that's 7 times now. So he probably feel like Ryan got his number. He's not gonna be able to match his power. And I don't think Devin gonna take the rematch, bro. And they just gonna blame it on this. They gonna say even if Devin Ryan cleared, like they said, the hair sample, they gonna keep pushing the narrative that he dirty, no matter what, even if he
for sure. And that's obvious, for sure. You're right. The cup is gonna run it over with all this criticism for the next week and a half or two. They definitely gonna keep on talking about it. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's only natural reaction for people to talk about it because, the way the fight played out. But like I said, the people that I'm talking to, they say, man, come on, performance enhancing drugs didn't enhance his skill set.
Exactly. That didn't take Devin right hand down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's going on, Jones? How you feeling, bro?
Man, Cap, what's going on, man? Hey, man.
I'm good, bro.
Man, feeling good, man. Feeling good. What's up, bud? Going Stop Canelo. I got to come up with a short name for you, pal.
All right.
Man, but I'm feeling good, man. Salute to the panel, man. Man, I had to touch. I've been waiting to catch up with you, Cap, on this subject, man, because the chat, just your whole channel, we've been talking about it for about 3 weeks, and from everybody in the chat, just from talking to you, WCS, and just from what I've always said, I don't think the PEDs had nothing to do with it. I think their game plan was foolish, to go in there and step in and I think if he would have outboxed him and just stayed in his element, he probably would have beat him. But when he decided to go in there and step toe to toe with Ryan, I don't know what he forgot, but everybody knew that Ryan got power. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what he forgot, bro. I
Yeah.
don't know what he forgot, but you ain't never been that guy to make a killer back up. You master the ring. You box. You know you outbox him. You outthink him. But when I seen Ryan, catch him with that left hook and just his game plan, them PEDs don't have nothing to do with that technical shit to me. That's my opinion. You know what I
Hey, you
mean?
got them cooking in the hot grease, man. For real, I agree. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I agree because why would you even try that with a fighter who's got fast hands like Ryan?
Man.
And then let's just say it ain't working out for you early on. Where was the adjustments after you got the first knockdown? What was the adjustments to try to take the momentum back?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. What was it?
See, I'm with you. I'm with you, WCS, and see, I've been critical of Bill. I like Bill as just as a person. I don't never want to come off as disrespectful. You know what I mean? Because I don't know him personally, but I don't. A trainer that got ambition in a fighter's corner, I think should not be there because the way I love my son and I put him through some tough shit, right? But to see how the way that Dale rolled over that one time and just was picking himself up, that was pure will to get him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if I would have seen my little boy, my baby boy, even though he grown,
Yeah.
if he's too scared, he's too young to be scared of anything. So if I would have seen him get knocked down again, I would have been like, "Hey, pup, all right, man, you done took enough." But see, Bill let him go. But I think that to be honest with you, Dev got Grace making it to 12 in that fight, in my opinion, because Ryan could have got him out of there by 9. Yeah, I thought he was going to be over, to be honest with you, but Bill let it keep going. So it is what it is.
And Devin himself said he fell asleep. So how is it PEDs? And reading that article, bro, it's like it has to be tainted. How can you go against a hair follicle? When you do any drug, when you do a drug test at a job, the most efficient test is through a hair sample, not a piss test. You know what I'm saying? Like that's way more efficient. So it's like it can't be real. That's how I feel about it.
I think that's a good opinion. I mean, I think that's a good perspective, man. WCS is dope with the topics, man, because I mean, of course, we don't want to promote Ryan cheating or whatnot. We definitely don't want that in boxing. But if you want to, the way Dev was talking all the way up to it, and then call him a C. I think what do you say, a C-level fighter?
Yeah,
and for me, I'm like, I had Dev, but I'm like, yo, Ryan, look, Ryan just ain't a walk in the park. You ain't Tank. The way Tank made him look, that ain't you. You gonna have to go in there and do something different. But the way Dev approached Ryan was like he was approaching Ryan like Ryan ain't knocked niggas out before.
and that's what I was saying about the whole weight thing.
I don't know. Maybe in his eyes, he might have felt that he was better than the guys. You know how a man's mentality is. Okay, I'm better than them. He knocked out. He ain't doing me like that.
And that's why they were so.
PEDs didn't have nothing to do with that shit.
Right, they was trying to take the money. Like the 3 pounds ain't nothing. So give me the extra money. He thought he could still win, but then after the fight, that's the reason he won the extra pounds. Like he thought he was still going to beat Ryan. That's all.
Correct. Yeah, y'all co-signed. Y'all shook on it. Y'all shook on it, and you accepted the payment. You accepted the payment. Everything was cool. Y'all didn't want to pull out the main event. You went to work. Right. It didn't turn out your way. Then in the aftermath of it, you're finding all this information. Man, just call for the rematch. Switch up the topic. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all.
Fact, man.
Yeah, go ahead, my man.
No, I'm just saying. We old school. It's like. If I accept it, man, and if I know a dude, say for instance, we can go back to the basis of field day in elementary. If I know a dude gonna jump start the line or have a head start, and he say he faster than me in the school, and I let him take that bet, all right, I know you're gonna start ahead of me, but I can still beat you. And if I take that race and I lose, then
you can't lose that.
Man, that's what I'm putting it back in the basics. Just we old school. It's like, all right, look, we ain't saying that we condone Ryan cheating, but see, you big dog and took it.
Yeah.
Right. Then he put it.
That's my problem. That's my problem.
The lawsuit he filed, he put the weight in there too. Like you didn't make the bet, and you made it $500,000 a pound. That wasn't even the deal. You made it better. Thinking you could win.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have nothing to stand on when they want to put the weight in there after. I mean, come on, that's almost like you getting paid for something, then you turn around and say, I'm suing you,
Man.
for what you paid me for, even though I agreed on it.
Come on, that's some whole ass shit to me, man.
Yeah, that can't happen, man. It ain't. No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. They can put the lawsuit in all they want. It sounds good.
right. I don't think that article you just read. 'Cause I read that earlier. That's gonna change everything. I don't even think Devin gonna get that loss removed. He not even gonna be able. Nothing gonna happen to Ryan. Nothing gonna happen to him.
You know what, fam, man? Like, dope conversation, man. Because I think the worst thing Dell could have did to his long-term brand was to do this lawsuit. Because you already said you didn't want to. All right, I mean, just on some man-to-man, what they say, player, pimp to pimp, man-to-man. Like you said, you didn't want the rematch. Okay, we get it. All right, you got you and your feelings about him cheating and what. I mean, I understand it, but I don't get it. That ain't what I would do. Because if a man cheat on me, I'm gonna want to go back and get him.
Exactly.
But you saying, with this new school, I get it. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. But see, he said he didn't want to. So to a man like me, I'm looking at, okay, it wasn't a PED, but you're using the PED to get that L off. But if you thought it was just skilled man-to-man, mano, you would want that, bro. Especially if you all this shit you've been talking about. And look, nothing personal against, but you've been talking about undisputed, greatest ever of all time.
A-level, C-level.
Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite fighter of all time. I got all his DVDs. And if when a fighter said they want to be great, I would never expect Roy to ever say he don't want to whoop a nigga ass that he thought cheated him. I'm sorry.
Fought Tarver after getting knocked out.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? After moving back down from freaking heavy.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? Hey, WCS, you already know what time it is. So if Dev want to say you want to be great, and you putting yourself in some high shit, bro.
Yeah. You gotta live up to it, man. Now you playing. You've been in the big leagues. You've been a professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Now it's leveling up. Now you're dealing with some names of champions that really think you fooled if you don't take this rematch. You got Teofimo Lopez, Subriel Matias, Isak Cruz. I mean, which one? Which one is going to give you more money than what you made with Ryan? You need to go ahead and run that back. Get the check. Make sure the documentation is done. You cover that, and y'all go back in there and get it in for another whatever it's supposed to be. If it's at a catch weight non-championship, I think it's going to be 10 rounds. So you got to come up with a plan.
Yeah, but I'm finna hop up, man, because I don't feel good. But salute to both of y'all. And WS, you standing alone, bro. I respect that, because I know your whole stance on the whole fighting in general. But just speaking that truth, I respect that, bro, because ain't nobody else out here doing that. They just fanboying, saying the same typical things. I don't know if it's for views or just because they just race fans or what they are, but they're not keeping it 100, bro. But I respect you for doing that. So salute.
Appreciate it, man. No doubt. You already know.
Yeah.
Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Salute. Yo, I appreciate you too, WCS, man. Hey, you know what's something, man? Military don't never go nowhere, man. Yo, the way you be standing up, man, I appreciate that shit. Like, that shit get me going, because it's just about standing up, man, and speaking your mind. I've never heard you stop from speaking your mind, and that's one of the things I admire about you, man. And I appreciate you for doing what you do, for real.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Good looking out for real, because pretty much, when I talk about these topics, I will show bias with the Wilder and Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I will rub it in their eyeballs, like I said. But when it comes to little situations like this, I'm just looking at how long the sport been ongoing active. You know what I'm saying? And then, how the viewing of the sport has changed with social media, and how you can get people to just, try to form these alliances, and they want to talk about the same thing. Okay, it's okay. If you want an alliance and want to talk about the same thing, well, how productive is it in this case that you continue to talk about Osterine? That's old news. It's nothing you can do. They're going to give him the punishment, if any, and keep it moving. What's next?
Right. Right.
I mean, if you're trying to make money, you want to talk about, making this big dollar bill, because Devin went over to Australia and had a poor freaking paycheck. You want to get that back.
But you know what's funny? You know what's something, WCS, man? But see, you gonna have a different perspective because you out there in them trenches. That's what I notice about like different YouTube channels. It's for me, I love boxing. I've been around fighters like my granddad, my dad. I grew up in the sticks, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fighting ain't it just come up with life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that it's brutal until you get in the city or
True.
get in the work. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
with you, man, like I understand what you it's something to be in them gyms when it stank, man. It's hot,
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And I think that what you bring is like genuine and an original. Like when you have an issue with a fighter, it's like you've seen them before. What I see with other channels, they say a lot of shit about a dude they don't know, and I don't respect that.
Damn, that's a great point, man.
Yeah,
because that's exactly where I'm at with it. I try to tell people, okay, go to the fights.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be up here just automatically switching up on the fighter just because of something you think he did, and then you get to know these fighters. You see him walking, you say, "Oh, damn, that's something like I saw Usyk." I say, "Damn, that's Usyk right there, dressed like freaking Frankenstein." He was in all black with a hat. I say, "Damn, that dude looked just like Frankenstein." He got that weird look about him, and dude was playful as hell. He was cool as a fan. Wasn't an asshole. I was taking pictures, didn't ask him permission. He was playing to the camera, got those pics, and asked him, "Hey, can I get a pic?" Sure. Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. You want me to hate the man just because he's fighting a certain opponent that's not my favorite fighter? No, I just remember that.
Man. Yeah, man. But you know what? To be honest, I think a lot of cats might like, man, Cap, you already know what time. Like when you can say you tough, and when you get out there where we went, just whatever it is, what we did.
Yeah.
You can't fake the funk. Like you gonna get hit with that shit head on. So it's like when you a man that can stand amongst men who can stand up for themselves, it's a whole nother vibe. You know what I mean? So with you being able to meet them fighters and stuff, man, it's like you able to stand in front of them man to man and talk to them. So that's what I think boxing media need. They need men like that who get out there, who know these fighters, who understand what they're doing, to be able to elaborate on what the hell is going on with them. But when I hear cats who ain't never been in a fight, don't look like they ever fought, ain't never been to a fight, talking just cash shit about these dudes, I'll be like, man, this, you know what I mean? It just seems fake.
I mean, talking cash shit.
Yeah, man, cash shit, bro. Like if they seen the man, they ready to get down, boy. You ain't never been about that pimp.
No, they're not gonna do that.
No.
Man, they're not gonna do that, man. All these cats that was, talking about they see so and so, and
I know
they gonna check him.
At them. The fighters laugh at them because the fighters more cool with each other than the fans. The fans fuck it up for the fighters, to be honest.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Because when they ran a smear campaign on Bud, I know Bud was like, "Man, I wish you would." People see Bud, and it don't matter how tall he ain't or how short he is. I mean, when they see him, ain't been nobody to walk up there and check him. They say, "Oh yeah, that dude, whatever his name, Nipplehead None." He'll sit up there and say all this stuff about freaking Bud. He know he's not gonna say anything if he saw him in person. Nothing. He's gonna try to become all articulate and try to kick some, some legal stuff on him. To you touch me, I'm gonna sue you. I'm just letting you know. You touch me, I'm gonna sue you.
Shouts out to Rocky 5.
Yeah.
remember when Rocky about to hit him, he said, "Touch me." What is Duke? What does they do?
I'm serious. You touch me, it's gonna be paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mug ain't gonna do none of these cats, man. Even the smallest dudes in the lower divisions, you're not doing nothing to them. You're not, man. But I agree with what you said about actually being able to go on site and talk to these cats and get an idea how they are. Not every cat you can talk to, like Chris Colbert. My experience with him down here, no. I was kind of happy that it played out the way it did with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a ego driven individual, bad attitude,
Yeah.
would absolutely ignore you, just get mad, always seem like he's mad and upset and talking, you know. But then you hear Deontay Wilder, and people sit up here and run a smear campaign on Wilder, but I'm saying I can't do that because I've seen him several times, and I done seen the man when they trying to car him off inside. He's no, hold on, I'm gonna get this interview. I'm gonna take these pictures with these fans. I'm gonna do this and that. I seen him on several occasions do that, man. That's all I'm saying.
See, you seen it though. You know what I mean?
I seen it, man.
Yeah. See, that's why I respect you a lot, Cap. Because see, I know that you've been there and seen the tangible shit of it. You know what I mean? Like that's some shit you can't erase, man. In my opinion, you know. Yo, man, I've been waiting to talk to you about the worst mistake I ever made, man, was going against Bud. July 29th, man. Like I've been going, like I gotta clear my record, man, because I've been a Bud fan since 2010, bro. And I never went against him ever. That I thought that I thought EJ was just gonna outwork him because I was counting the age. And anyway, I went into that and I picked EJ, man. And what's funny, because I'm a Texas boy, and I love, you know, I was just like, I got with him. I'm gonna go with him. But man, I was scared all the way up until the fight that Bud was gonna beat him down. But then when I seen Bud come out with Eminem, and then I seen EJ with the glossy eye, I was like, man, this about to be a bad night. So anyway, man, I wanted to clear it up, but I've always been a Bud fan. But man, you rep Bud all the way through, man. And man, yo, being a Bud fan, for all the fans in the chat, man, yo, rock with WCS, man. Y'all motherfuckers about to have fun July 29th. I will not be there for the anniversary because I did not pick it. I would not insult you by showing up like I picked the Cap, man.
Hey, man.
Man,
if it was anybody else, dog, I'll say, nah, man, don't show up. But man, hey, it's all good, man. Hey, we got the prize. You know, he got the titles, he got the prize, man. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the bad ones, like the ones who was just up here saying what he ain't gonna do, what he can't do, what he won't do. Those the ones who I'm rubbing it in their face, man.
And it got disrespectful, Cap. Like it was like
it was disrespectful.
Yeah, it was some different shit. I had to kind of clear my way out from that shit. Like it was just different. It was different. You know, you don't even know the man like that to be talking about shit outside the ring. Like come on.
Yeah, you know, you talking about his family, you talking about everything, and then I don't know why these fighters, I even said this about Bud, I don't know why y'all respond to the ones who's negatively saying some shit about you, but you never respond to the ones who's up here supporting you heavy and rocking with you. But one thing I can say about Bud, every single time I wanted to take a picture with him, he took a picture. Every time I was in a media scrum, he talked this talk, you know, he answered the question. He didn't brush me off for nothing.
Yeah. But
so I don't really want to be best friends with these fighters. I don't. I'd rather keep it at a distance and have a professional rapport because I don't want that, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless I knew you for a long time.
But you the OG, Cap, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I tell the youngsters, man, if you don't go to college, man, don't just stay in the area, man. Go to the military, man, or go serve or something. Because you need so many important people, man. Because Cap, what I'll say, the hardest thing to do is to say some shit that nobody else want to say, and you do that. Like Bud, nobody will ever say that to Bud, but Bud need to hear that. Just like
for sure.
Brian Norman, I love my man, and I hear, and I watched his fight, and I did a little research, but I think what you say is from love, man. I'm an outsider looking in, so I hope that team or whatever, but you don't never discredit him. You just tell him shit that he should be looking out for. And being an old school cat talking to youngsters, sometimes that shit go over their head and they get more mad. What you say?
You absolutely spot on with that, man. Like they don't care, man, where we come from. Like I remember when I was, the OGs taught me how to cut hair when I was like sweeping up hair in the barbershop, like 11 years old, and then they said, okay, you sweep this at the end, we'll teach you how to cut. And then I learned how to cut hair by myself by age 13, and I was cutting my hair during high school, and then I went to the military, started doing shit. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I was always told to respect elders.
Yeah.
Real talk. Even when the elders are wrong, if they don't put hands on you, it is levels though. If you know some of the elders that they trying to ruin your life, you know, it's different situations.
I know.
But if they just chattering and saying stuff, okay, all right, cool, you know, all right. But down here,
man,
you put in all the work on a fighter, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but you put in all the work, and then somebody else takes that down just because they don't want you to be close to a fighter. They want to lie and say that. It's just bullshit, bro.
Yeah. That's
bullshit.
That's cold blooded. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know, and hey, Cap, man, I even appreciate you allowing me into that world. You know what I mean? But man, I had to give you confirmation on that. I've never heard you say nothing like that. You know, I think that Brian is, I just think that you got love for him, just like Tucker. I think you just love fighters. So I just hope, as you grow, you realize the OGs wasn't crazy.
And then it's not like it ain't black fighters too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I was out there supporting Williams, them, man, these cats wouldn't even give me the time of day. I used to, support them, and some cats tune in, some of them don't.
Man.
They had like it's something new or something. Yeah. I mean, it's just a lack of maturity, a lack of guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit, bro.
It'll come, fam. Hey, but you know what, man? Yo, God bless you, man. Yo, it's just so, man, you've been cooking, man. Yo, man, you've been cooking, man. Keep cooking, man. I've been tuning in, bro. So, yo, hit the like, subscribe, man. Thank you for letting me on the panel.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for dropping by as always, bro. Be safe out there. You know what it is.
You too, fam. Salute.
Salute, man. Hey, appreciate them brothers dropping by. Bud Gonna Stop Canelo's in the building. Jones stopped by. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Conversation, Reggie Orange, Dion in the building. Tuscaloosa's on. You know what I'm saying? Carlos on deck. You feel me? Rod was in the building. Arnold Brown, Andrew Charles was on deck. The OG Mr. Golden. Salute to you. Yeah, we're going to keep on staying close to this. Like I said, man, this social media, they have sessions that they go through. I won't say sessions. I say phases, right? And just because you're going through a phase don't mean everyone has to jump on the same phase. Look, these channels that's supporting a fighter, okay, cool. But when you start going through these phases and you keep talking about the same thing and you're afraid to jump out of phase one, it's going to become garbled. Everybody know that he had a dirty test. It's going on a month now. They fought on April 20th and it's May 23rd. How much longer are you going to talk about a situation that's not considered criminal? What he's been accused of doing and the test, he's not serving any time. It's not criminal. He doesn't have to go to trial for this. He doesn't have to go to trial. It's all handled at the hands of the commission. So what? He have to go to New York State Athletic Commission. He's not the first fighter that had to do it. And then let's look at the severity. Is he a repeat offender? You have to look at all this and say, is it worth going on here making thumbnails? Yeah, I had my thumbnail up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did my thumbnail. But that was in reference to how much water retention that is getting from the media. That's why I put that up there. Yeah, it includes Ryan Garcia. I put it up there because that's how bloated this subject is when it comes to the media. You know what I'm saying? You're blowing it up and make him seem larger than life talking about it. You make him seem like he got the deltoids and the biceps and the triceps. You make it seem like he's walking around at 240, 250, ripped to shreds. All because of Ostarine. You know what I'm saying? So now that he's been accused, it's been a positive. I mean, what is next? Is he gonna have the rematch or what, bro? Because we can have two different situations that's being played out here. We got the Ostarine situation, the second letter of the alphabet finding, and then we have this situation with the hair and nail findings. People gonna be, oh man, down. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have went through with it. So we have to wait and see how that plays out. I'm not doing it. And one last thing I want to say, you all cats, y'all give Dan Raphael too much attention. Listen, I've had encounters with this dude. Y'all, I don't know what is the relationship to be able to drop the news, and this guy drops the news, and everybody, including myself, screenshot it and talk about it. Dan Raphael is like 400 some pounds. He doesn't have the best attitude. You can tell he sit down every single day. If you heard that live that I did about them writers who be sitting in a dim lit room with Twinkie wrappers all over the place, honey buns and freaking Capri Sun packs, not even exercising. People be waiting. Well, Mike Coppinger, Raphael, Coppinger. And then when somebody else kind of give you the hint that, hey, this might be happening, they don't want to listen to it. They want to go behind it and debunk it. And then, it's not like Coppinger ain't been wrong. Leading up to the Crawford Spence fight, wasn't he wrong about the dates? He was wrong about the dates, along with everybody else that was putting out false dates. But y'all take this Raphael and y'all consider him to be a release king or something. Come on, bro. Man, come on, man. But it's all good, man. We're gonna get through it. I did my reaction. I have another rag wipe coming up. All right. I have another rag wipe coming up, just to let y'all know. Yeah, we're gonna speak on it. Another rag wipe live stream will be on deck. Until next time, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, A-Side Official.